Have you ever done something really stupid for cosplay? You know, like buying super nice fabric just to end up hot gluing it together the night before a con, or like suffering through uncomfortable shoes all day because they look really good. Have you ever done something stupid like that? I have. So like 3 or 4 years ago, time is arbitrary, I don't fucking know, I made my first Homestuck cosplay, which was my first mistake. You know, because you can't just cosplay one of these motherfuckers. You sit there stroking your computer screen like, I have to be them all. Also, if you don't know what Homestuck is by this point, like, dude, where have you been? Because, like, I've been in hell. So anyway, I really liked Tavros. And you know Tavros, he's just Tavros. And I'd never done a cosplay like that before, with the body paint and the horns and all that. It was kind of new to me. And it was around this time where my cosplays were starting to look, you know, alright. I went through, like, that dark period, like Van Gogh or something, except I wasn't cutting off my ear, I was, like, cutting up wigs and destroying them. So I really wanted to make this cosplay look good, you know? So I was, like, super determined to be the best Tavros cosplayer ever, whatever, you know what I mean. So I make my cosplay, and it's, like, the dead version, and I was such a goddamn weeb. I actually made my horns from Faygo bottles, like, fuck. Like, the bases for the horns were empty bottles of Faygo. Speaking of, I'd also convinced my twin sister to cosplay Gamzee, because I ship Gamtav, and the kicker was she hadn't even gotten to his character yet. Like, she was only reading the webcomic because I asked her to, so we could cosplay together. She would be reading it, asking, which gray kid am I being? And I was like, the clown stoner. Just trust me. Trust me! But dude, I was so unprepared for this con! Like, I decided on this costume 2 weeks before the convention I was going to. And some of you might be going, psh, I make my costumes in like 3 days. To which I say, shit, good for you. So, the con's right around the corner, and our one friend Lily comes all the way up from Florida to go to the con with us. I remember we were all getting our shit together way last minute, and by the way, this is for Anime Next, which is in New Jersey. Like, it's fucking New Jersey. It's not a big deal. I've lived here for most of my life. I've earned my contempt. And Lily had decided to cosplay Carcat with us, even though she never read Homestuck. Like, seriously, good for her, what the fuck. You know, because if we were going down, I guess we were going down together. And Lily was and is still the worst procrastinator I've ever met. Like, I think she'd ordered a Carcat wig like a few days prior, and Lily's wig still hadn't come in and we were leaving in an hour? And I was like, I said to her, so your wig's still not here. What are you gonna do about that? And she was like, oh, it'll be fine. An hour later, we go down the driveway about to leave and notice the mail truck stop by, so we're like, hey. So we back up, check the mailbox, and there's Lily's fucking Carcat wig. I was like, what the fuck? So we're at the con, and I'm so unprepared, and at this point, I realized I don't actually have a plan on how I'm getting these massive horns to stay on my head, and I didn't want to use a visible headband because I was a fucking idiot, because, you know, that's too easy, right? And I should probably mention I was using my actual hair for this cosplay, which I dyed black a day prior. And we're getting ready to paint ourselves gray for the first time ever, which if you've never done it, never do it. So it's just me and Lily. It's about to go down. So I look at my horns, and I'm like, oh, here we are. So I grab some spirit gum, which if you don't know is like a prosthetic adhesive, and I just lather it onto the side of my head. Just all over, all on there. Then I press one of the horns into it. No dice. Didn't work. I try a few more oddball methods without success, and I'm like panicking and thinking really irrationally like the world is gonna end if I can't figure this out. I also feel like crap because I've been painting myself for 3 hours and I can barely see with the contacts I'm wearing, you know, so I'm like, fuck. I look over to Lily, who's in her own personal Homestuck hell, and I say, this isn't working. And I'm pretty sure she's like absorbed some of my distress because she's also like, haha, fuck. And I'm like, oh man, what should I do? Holy shit, I don't know. Oh my god, I'm so screwed! God's dead. Lily, I need you to do me a favor, and I hand her like $9? I'm like, Lily, I need you to buy super glue. So, as much super glue as you can. Get the super glue. And she's all freaked out, and she's like, okay, and runs downstairs to the hotel store. And I'm like, this is good. This is a good plan. Great plan, foolproof. Thomas Edison couldn't conceive this shit. Lily comes back with, like, a ton of fucking super glue, and she's like, this was all they had. I bought all the super glue. And I was like, let's motherfucking do this. Holy shit, it felt so bad. My soul was like crying as this gooey, unforgiving bottle of portable CNET was spread all over the side of my head and into my hair. Immediately after Lily had finished the unspeakable act, I went to walk out of the bathroom and slammed one of my horns into the wall. And it hurt! It felt like it was a part of me now! Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created? So, it wasn't worth it. I was pretty miserable when we got down to the con center. I remember, whenever one of the horns felt loose, I just poured super glue on the side of my head. Yeah, got a real handle on that problem right there. Glue it all away. When it came time to take them off, they wouldn't. We had to, drench the side of my head with nail polish remover just so they would loosen. And what was left behind was just these thick clumps of glue stuck in my hair and on my head, and that shit wasn't coming out. The horns were hollow, so I had these huge circles of dried, cakey glue around the sides of my head for a month. I wore a wig to school for the last 2 weeks of my junior year of high school. And you're probably like, idiot! Why did you do this to yourself? To which I would say, I'm actually not sure how to close this, so, alright, I think I'm done, so, thanks guys!